Hi, I'm Lori Betts. Welcome to Golden Years. This month, I am interviewing Nancy Peacock. She is the Executive Director of the Free Clinic of Medina County. So come on back and we're going to hear some updates and all that they do for Medina County.
There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
You're watching The Fact.
Attention, ghosts, ghouls, and every other creature of the night. Trick-or-treating in the city of Brunswick is October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. Be safe and enjoy.
Welcome back to Golden Years. My special guest this month is Nancy Peacock, and she is from the Free Clinic of Medina County. And she is going to give us all the updates at what is happening with this wonderful organization. Welcome, Nancy. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you, Lori.
And I was trying to remember how long ago I did interview you, maybe a couple years?
It's been a couple years, yeah.
And I know you guys are hard at work and making this organization move on and get bigger and bigger. And happy anniversary, the Emerald 20 years of being.
Isn't that amazing?
That is 20 years.
Yeah.
And so share with my viewers how the Free Clinic started 20 years ago with the wonderful doctors.
Okay, so what happened was there was a doctor in the Medina emergency department. His name is Kim Bowen. And he was convinced that we needed to provide free medical care for people who didn't have insurance, because people would come into the ER, had no insurance, and they had the same medical needs as people with insurance. So, but they didn't have any backup for it. So what he decided was he would get his buddies together, and he did. And so they started out in a built-out closet in the Salvation Army and then moved to Medina Hospital, Cleveland Clinic, about 12 years ago. So we have this lovely little suite of medical offices that the Cleveland Clinic provides for us.
That's wonderful.
It is. It truly is, because the effect is when a patient comes to us, they're kind of expecting something kind of sterile or institutional, and instead it feels like a family doctor's office, because that's what it is. And we have 9 doctors and 11 nurses, and they schedule clinics every month to see patients. So our patients get to see the same doctors over and over again.
That's amazing. That is phenomenal.
It's great, because they, you know, so much of medicine used to be your relationship with your provider, in most cases your doctor and nurses. But that's kind of gotten diminished just because it's such, you know, medicine has become such a
moneymaker?
A moneymaker, and extremely focused on efficiency. And what gets lost is that relationship that builds trust. And especially for people who are not used to going to a doctor. One of the things about generational poverty that I've learned is that people tend to wait until they're really in bad shape, and then they go to the ER. Well, what we've tried to do is turn that around and say, come to us, become our patient, we will do a health history, we'll figure out what your other needs are, we will monitor those needs, and we will keep you healthy instead of health, not healthy, health, not healthy.
The roller coaster.
So a lot of a lot of the work we do is just convincing people that it's good practice to keep coming back. And you would think because it's free, people wouldn't have that problem, but it's just old habits die hard, and people really, well, no one likes going to the doctor.
And number one, yes,
Yeah.
correct.
People are afraid they're going to get bad news, and so they decide, well, if I just don't go, I won't hear it. And it's a real job to turn that focus around and make them invested in their own health.
And even in the medical industry, because years ago we had one doctor, one GP, and he just tried to help us with everything. Well, now you have all these specialists. I mean, I can't believe how many specialists Greg is going to, you know, but you got one for the heart, one for diabetes, the arthritis. I mean, and the list goes on and on. It is.
It's, you know, and medicine has gotten so much better. I guess that's
True.
a positive way to look at it. That we now, especially in Northeast Ohio, have an incredible selection of specialists that we can go to and get really excellent care. But in order to do that, the way we do it at the free clinic is we provide family doctors, and then we also sign you up for a program called HCAP through Cleveland Clinic, which then qualifies you to see all the specialists and get all the testing through Cleveland Clinic for free.
Wow.
So not only are our services then free, but all the specialist services are as well. And that makes a huge difference.
Big difference, big difference. So what is the criteria?
The criteria is fairly simple. You have to be between 18 and 64 because we only do adults. And once you hit 65 and you're in Medicare, you sort of have your own insurance. This is for people who don't have insurance.
Who fall through the cracks.
Who fall through the cracks. And a lot of those people are self-employed, working in industries that typically don't provide benefits, or they're working part-time. So there's a lot of people that fall into that category, and our biggest challenge is finding those people. It's really hard to go out into a population and ask if they need free medical care and then bring them back and make them understand that we're not trying to sign them up for anything.
For something, yes, behind the scenes, you're
Right,
trying to sign
right.
them up.
So we're just trying to provide the care. And actually the best advertising we have is word of mouth because our patients love being
That's
at the free
wonderful.
clinic. In fact, when they age out at 65, they're like, do I have to leave?
Aww.
And we say, okay, who were you seeing? Oh, I was seeing Dr. Zeiger. Call his office. Now you're on Medicare. In fact, we just had a couple people who just transitioned, aged out from the free clinic. Now they're going to see the same doctor from here until
very
the sunset.
good.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Dr. Bowen, is he retired?
He is retired.
Okay.
He was head of emergency services for 30 years, and then he
I was going to
retired.
say a long time,
Yeah.
a long time. He was my favorite doc. As with GTB Medical, I would go in there in the ER and do the medical equipment, the crutches, the walkers. He was always so nice to me. He never looked at me as a vendor. He looked at me as a person, and he would take time to talk. I mean, I just always remember that. So personable.
You know, and it takes someone like that to really see beyond the constructs of typical medical hierarchy. And what he does is he relates to people as individuals.
Exactly.
And he's got such a big heart.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So-
And he wants to find the answer. He
Right.
wants to help them as
Right.
best as he can. One-stop shopping.
And that sets the pace. And we have, all of our doctors and nurses have that in common. They say, that's why I went to medical school, is to be able to do what we're doing here. So, and it's so lovely watching our patients interact with our doctors and nurses. the connection is above that medical. It's a human connection. So.
And they probably give them more time too. I mean, because if you notice now, a lot of times, and I know it's probably Medicare driven, the doctor's on the computer. So everything you say goes into that computer, and then he like spits out the questions he needs to answer. Because I'm sure, you know, the report must go to Medicare, or somehow it happens right through the computer, because they must have to do certain things. So I could see where the clinic would be more free with time.
Old school.
Old school, exactly. And now you're just like, okay, I have to see a patient only for like maybe 10 minutes, and then the next one comes and goes, and it's a revolving door. But that's how medicine has gotten.
Yeah, it truly has. So, well, we're trying to reinvent medicine on a very small scale.
Yeah. But the word is getting out, right?
It is.
Okay, and people are spreading the word.
Yes, and plus we have been really fortunate. We've had a lot of great support from the community. In our last couple fundraisers, we just got the numbers, and we made over $82,000. Awesome. So,
okay, we're going to talk about that wonderful 20-year Emerald celebration. I mean, you can just shout out and thank everybody for supporting the organization.
Oh, it was incredible. You know, from Wyatt Jewelers, who donated this beautiful emerald necklace. Pretty. And as it turned out, the woman that got the emerald necklace, it was her birthstone, and her husband did it to celebrate their 25th anniversary. She tells me all this after the fact. But it was a really special moment.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah.
And then we had one of our doctors, Dr. Funk, in addition to being an excellent physician, he's also an incredible chef. So he offered dinner for 8 in the Winter's Home, and his sister, Beth, who was trained as a trained chef at the Culinary Institute of America, they will prepare a gourmet dinner for the winner of this, and for 8 people in their home. So that was lovely.
Oh yeah, that was definitely nice.
But we had donations from all over the Brunswick area, like Donutland. You know, places like that are really the bedrock of the community. And I'm so grateful. Rossetti's, just places like that. Kelly's Cafe, there's another one.
Oh yeah, Kelly's.
She donated gift cards too. It's just the support from the community is so reaffirming.
It's rewarding.
It is. And it really helps us raise money for our clinic.
Exactly. And then they're donating, but yet their name is getting out too. So it's a win-win situation.
It is.
So that's good. I'm glad to hear that you got the Brunswick support.
We sure did.
So we are going to take a quick break, and then we're going to go back and talk about the celebration, because it was a real nice evening. And we're going to give you more of the updates. We'll be right back.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
Hi, welcome back to Golden Years. I am interviewing Nancy Peacock, the Executive Director of the Free Clinic in Medina County, and she is giving me some wonderful updates. So Nancy, we were talking about our fundraiser that we just had a couple weeks ago and how supportive Brunswick alone was for the annual fundraiser. And it is needed. I mean, thank you to all the businesses that supported it, because your donation benefits us.
Oh, yes.
And in fact, we had Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. I started that last year, and people just raved about it. Santa comes to your house, Mr. and Mrs. Claus. And that's something unique, you know, rare, because not everybody has Santa Claus. You can't find Santa Clauses anymore to come to the house. So what other things are happening now, medications for your patients?
Well, we were able to enter into a partnership with Mark's Pharmacy in Brunswick and in Medina. And so when our patients need a prescription, our doctors write a prescription and they take it to Mark's with a little voucher, and they receive their prescriptions for free. And then we pay Mark's at Mark's cost. So we can now provide not only all the basic medical care, all the testing, all the specialist care, and now we can provide all the prescriptions for free.
That is awesome.
It is, because what we've really figured out, and we noticed this before, people were going, well, you know, I guess I can fill 30 days of this, but I'll have to wait till next month to fill this. And it's like, people shouldn't have to make those choices. If you need the medication, you need it. So what we found is that I think I know people are far more diligent about keeping the medications up to date. And Mark's has just been a tremendous partner for us.
That's good. Very good.
Yeah. So far so good on that.
Knock on wood.
Yes.
And I know, because I've seen people in line at the drugstore. You know, when the pharmacist says, okay, this is what you owe. And she's like, for how long? And it's like a month. And she's like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, because when you're on a fixed budget, you have to spread those dollars, you know, for the month.
Right. And typically that's one place people, you know, try to take a half dose and, you know, try to, and I understand why, but it's just unacceptable that in the richest nation in the world that we have to, you know, cut prescriptions in half. That's just completely unacceptable.
And unhealthy.
And unhealthy. So, but the other thing we do too that I think bears mentioning is that our head nurse, Vicki, for the prescriptions we have that the drug companies will help with, many drug companies will have a patient prescription assistance program, but you have to fill in paperwork that is just mind-boggling. And so our nurse sits down and fills in all that paperwork, gets the necessary signatures on the paperwork, makes sure that the drug companies are responding. That's a huge amount of time. And beyond just the time aspect of it, it's a huge amount of knowledge that you have to have in order to make those things happen.
Oh, yeah.
So we're not only buying prescriptions when we need to, we're facilitating the drug companies holding up their end of the bargain to provide these patient prescription programs.
Very good. So it works all the way around.
It does.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I think we do that bears mentioning, and this is especially true for our Brunswick viewers, but actually it's true for everyone in Medina County. We offer free physicals for any student in Medina County, regardless of income. And what we do is we use the OSHA forms that they use for getting, if you're going to play on a sports team. We schedule your physical, you come in, you get it, and then you're good for a year. So in a lot of cases, if a family has 2 or 3 kids in sports, that's a lot of money. And so we want to help everyone. And so we have no income restrictions at all when it comes to our student physicals. And we don't care how young you are, if you're, pee-wee football or varsity football. If you need a physical for either a work permit, a sports team, or a camp, call us and we will set that up for you and do it for free.
Very good. I bet you that's the best kept secret.
It is. And it's funny, we send out a letter to everyone who's done it in previous years and say, be sure, early in the spring, give us a call, we'll get you all set up. And that's helped a lot, but we still have people who wait till August and go, well, I need it in the next couple of days. And that's the busy time of year. So if you have a child that you want to get a free physical, call us way ahead of time. In fact, they're good for a year. So you can call us during the winter if you want to get a sports physical, because they are good for a year.
And then, but they don't have to be affiliated with the school? Like, let's say they're doing hockey on a traveling team.
We don't care.
Oh, okay.
As long as you're a student in Medina County. That's our only requirement. And to get back to that, you were saying what's required. You have to be between 18 and 64. This is our regular patients, okay? You have to live or work in Medina County. We used to require that you lived in Medina County, but people who work in Medina County spend a lot of their time and money in Medina County. And so we felt like we should be able to provide them with free medical services too. So live or work in Medina County, be between 18 and 64, and then there's a requirement that you be within 250% of the federal guidelines for poverty. And what that is that's a number that the federal government comes up with. And the Cleveland Clinic uses 250% as their maximum for providing free services. So that's why we can provide free services and then turn our patient over to someone in the Cleveland Clinic system, and they're still getting free services.
Oh.
So, yeah, we really don't care, how much you make, but we have to stay within those parameters because the Cleveland Clinic provides us their vast array of services and specialties and testing, but it has to be within 250% of the federal guidelines. And if that sounds complicated, let me make it simple for you. Just call our office. All you have to do is call 330-764-9300 and leave a message. We'll call you back. We'll find out if you qualify. It's one call out of your life. And if you qualify, you can join a medical clinic that is full of caring, supportive people, and it will be free.
Definitely caring people. Can they do it on the website?
Well, the problem is to do it on the website, you still need to call and leave your name and your phone number. So we try to keep it easy in that way because our nurse Vicki then calls back and gets a complete health history. Because a lot of times people will call saying, okay, this is bothering me, and it's like, okay, fine, but we want to do the whole picture. Yeah. Because if this is bothering you, you might have something else that you're not paying attention to because this hurts more.
Well, that's true.
Chronic conditions, high blood pressure, heart conditions, diabetes, these things sneak up on you.
Yes, they do. As you get older, it happens. Okay, what words of advice do you want to leave my viewers?
Okay, what I would love to say is if you have anyone you think even might qualify for us, please call our clinic. It's so easy to do that. We'll do all the heavy lifting. We'll fill out the forms. We'll get you, an appointment. We'll make sure if you need to see specialists, if you need testing, if you need any of that stuff, we'll make sure you get it. All you've got to do is trust us enough to call us, and then you can join one of the happy people that comes to the free clinic, and we would love to have you.
And you're not like the huge size, like the Big Cleveland Clinic downtown. I mean, you are your office is like right off the parking lot.
In Medina Hospital.
In C building? C?
Actually, it's called the North Professional Building.
Okay.
So what happens is, if you're at the hospital, you go in the main entrance, you go off to the right down a little short hill to a big parking lot, and that's called entrance D, as in dog. You go in there, they will direct you to the Cleveland Clinic or the free clinic, and we're real easy to find once you're inside.
Okay. Easy is good.
Also, you can go to our website, which is FCOMC, Free Clinic of Medina County.org. And then you can see everything that we offer. You can see the doctors who work with us, the nurses, staff. You can familiarize yourself. So go ahead and go on our website and have a look.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy, for joining me. And I want to shout out to all the wonderful doctors and nurses who devote their free time, talents to the people of Medina County.
We couldn't do it without them. And if we had to pay for the medical services and the rent, we couldn't do this.
No,
it's just elegantly simple that we're able to take everyone's best instincts and put them together and create the service for people who need it.
It's a Medina County gem. So check them out. And all you can do is just go make an appointment and see what they can do for you.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining us on Golden Years, and happy fall. And we'll see you next month.
Attention, ghosts, ghouls, and every other creature of the night. Trick-or-treating in the city of Brunswick is October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. Be safe and enjoy.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.